live.
Are we? Are you sure?
Yeah, sort of.
Are you sure? Okay, can people hear me? Everything's good? Yes?
Well, people are not yet joined, but
oh, okay. Okay. We are live. April 2023 for Patchwork Party at Sew and Save, and I'm Karin. It's the skinny way.
What do you mean?
Joe said, it's the skinny way. It's good. We're going to be skinny today? Yes! I'm going to be skinny today. Yes! Joe's like, let me see that. Why isn't this not working? He's got the camera going the right direction, and it's doing its own thing. Okay, he's going to flip me around. Am I not skinny now?
No, now you're sideways.
That's awesome. It's like a tornado. I don't know.
Ask if everybody can hear you. There's 47 people on.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm skinny today. You can. Well, I'll be skinny together.
Will they know what that means?
This means that the frame is going up and down instead of sideways. So we're up and down today, even though the camera is being held sideways. So it's a miracle of technology.
Plus, we had a hard time getting on.
Yeah, plus it kept shutting off. So yeah, it's Monday. It's April. We're here at Patchwork Party, here at Sew and Save, and I'm Karin. Thank you for joining us today.
There's 56 people on.
Yay.
Can everybody hear you?
Can everybody hear me okay?
And people have already liked and shared.
Thank you. Oh, you girls are so good. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. When you like and share us, your name goes in for a drawing at the end of the night. We appreciate your joining us tonight. We're just going to be up and down the whole time. So that's okay. It's going to be what it is. Thank you for joining us. April, it's spring. The sun is shining. It's still light out. And it is awesome. I've got tons of things to show you tonight, so I'm glad you joined us because we've got some fun stuff. So we're going to get it. We're just going to get right into it and get started. I'm not even quite sure which direction I'm going to go. How about the placemats of the month this month? And this is the April placemats of the month, and we have April and June.
It's May.
This is May.
It should be May.
This is for May. So you're making them in April because this is for May. So you have plenty of time to get it done to show it and have them out in May. So this is the new one. I'm going to kind of come over here so I can hold them and Joe can take pictures of them. Today, it says, today is a great day to have a great day. And it's really pretty. I love the little watercolor, the springy watercolor effect that the table runners have. And then this is the back, one of the backings on this.
I can't tell.
Okay. Uh-oh. We're good? Okay. This one just has a little flower motif, no wording, with, again, the little watercolor background. Remember, each kit comes with what you need to make 6 placemats and 3 different backings available on your placemat. So you can do 2 placemats out of each backing. So just really spring, happy spring. You could use this all summer long. There's the yellow, there's a little yellow backing, and then of course this one is upside down. So love changes everything with the little purple watercolor on the back, and then another one upside down. They're going all different ways. Just really pretty. We do just a very simple quilting on these. And we put a binding on. You could just put them right sides together again and flip them right side out with no binding. But we like to add a little binding. Your kits do not come with the binding. So if you want binding, you can add that as you make them. But really, really pretty placemats. This is the May placemat. So you're making it in April, so it'll be ready for May. Then we also have the June placemats, which you will be making in May for June. Got it? And we have these available. They're up on the websites for purchase now, so you can make them in April and have them ready for June. Whatever works for you. So this is just fun little strawberries, picnicky motif on these. And then here's the back on this one. So there'll be different backs on this one. This one says family gathers here with fruits and things. And again, strawberries and some other fruits. This one just a basket of fruit. So really fun just to have out all summer long on your table. And you can kind of switch things up every day because they're just so pretty. Again, you'll get 3 different backings to put on 2 different placemats each month. And you can add binding if you like. So really cute. Ready for summer. This would be really cute outside on your picnic table for summer when you're cooking out. We still have a couple more of these primrose kits left. Really, really cute with the little cur jars with flowers on. And so we have those kits as well. Really, really sweet, cute table runner. Lots of fun to make. Oh, hi, everybody. So thank you for joining us today. We're here for Patchwork Party at Sew and Save. Please be sure to like us and share us. Please join our YouTube channel so that anytime we do a YouTube video, you'll be sure to get a little ding on that, and you can watch our videos. And every time you do that, or if you share us and like us tonight and comment, your name will go in for a drawing at the end of the night. And don't forget, everything that I'm showing you tonight is on our website under Patchwork Party. If you use PP20, you'll get 20% off your purchase tonight in the Patchwork for anything that's in the Patchwork Party section of the website. Okay. One of the most fun fabrics I think we've gotten this spring is called Fruit Cocktail, and this is by Fig Tree. Very happy, sweet, fun fabrics. She's doing a quilt along online or a sew along online that has just started. The first ones were some cherries. So I'm going to actually work on that and make that for next Patchwork Party to show you. Yep, Joe can show you an up close of the fruit cocktail line. There's cherries, there's pears and apples and all kinds of sweet things and flowers. So if you don't like the fruit part of the line, there it is just also has some flowers as well. So it doesn't really look very fruity. So it's a lot of fun, just really happy, vibrant colors. And that's what we need. We coming out of winter. Oh, we're ready for that. So these are the little Clam-up bags from by Annie. We just had our class on that, and it was so much fun. The girls did a great job. In class, we made the extra large Clam-up bag, and the Clam-up pattern comes with all 5 sizes in the pattern, so you can make all 5 of the sizes of the Clam-up bags. I'm going to have Joe kind of take a close picture of those little Clam-up bags because they are so cute. I switched up the zippers. Oops. Hang on. He's doing okay. Drop the little microphone dealy whopper. Are we all connected? We're good. Okay. So 5 different sizes. I kind of mixed up my zipper pulls and slides with my zippers. You can do that with those by Annie zippers. And maybe next month I should show you. I know I showed how to do it at our by Annie event, which we'll be having another one in June. And we'll be showing you completely different projects and completely different demos. June, I want to say 6th and 7th or 7th and 8th. Something in there. Look at our calendar. It should be up on our calendar for you to sign up. So Clam-up bags, super fun, easy projects to do.
Someone was saying it's a little easier to start with the larger ones.
Yes, and that's why we made the extra. This is the extra large. We made this in class. So start with the bigger bag. It's just much easier to work on a larger bag than the smaller ones. But once you make one, the girls went home and they were starting to make some more. So I know a couple girls were making some over the weekend and having lots of fun with it. So I thought it would be fun to do kind of a little exchange, a little Clam-up bag exchange. So I put a little thing together, a little event together, and let me tell you about it. I'm calling it the Great Clam-up. Are you ready? So what you're going to do is purchase a little mystery sack. And your little mystery sack is $7 if you're local, if we need to ship it. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, but if we need to ship it, it's $12. In your little packet, you're going to get a fat quarter, a zipper, and the instructions, I should say the instructions not to make the bag, but how our little challenge is going to work, all those details, and a little card. So what you're going to do is make a clam-up bag. You will need to add another fat quarter so you can pull from your stash, you can buy something, you can be as creative as you want, and you will make a little clam-up bag. You're going to make the extra large size. So you're going to want to quilt this. You could embroider. You can embellish your clam-up bag any way you want and decorate it in any way you want. You can do anything you want to it. Decorate it up. You could do hand embroidery on it, machine embroidery, all different kinds of things. And in the next week or so, I'm going to do a video on how to add a binding to your clam-up bag here and some other little embellishments here to kind of give you some ideas of different things that you could do to your clam-up bag. So you're going to get this, add your fabrics, and create it any way you like. Then you're going to bring it back to the store. We're going to display them, and we'll have a little viewer's choice kind of challenge. So you'll put a number in next to the little clam-up bag you like best, and the one that gets the most votes will win a gift card. And we'll have a first, second, and third prize. Then and my notes are way over there, on May 18th, yes, it's a Thursday, May 18th at 10 o'clock, we're going to meet in the classroom. If you're mailing yours in, you will also be able to exchange. And what will happen is the first person to bring theirs back, they'll be number 1. The second person to bring theirs back in, number 2. So on that day, we'll have all the clam-up bags in a big bin, and we'll go number 1. We're going to reach in and grab out a clam-up bag, and you will have exchanged your clam-up bag with somebody. It could be one from across the country or one from across the street. You don't know. So in your little clam-up bag, you're going to add this little card. It'll have your name, the city and state where you live, your email address, and then a little message to the person who receives your little clam-up bag. Won't that be fun? And then you can kind of be a quilting pen pal with that person via email and email it back and forth with them and chat with them about their bag. And if they did something, you can say, how did you do that? And that kind of thing. So kind of have a little link to the person whose bag you got. So does that make sense? Does that sound like fun? We already have a few people who are really excited to do it. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. It would be fun to get somebody's like from across the country. And we have people doing all kinds of things across the country. I hope you do, and I hope you join us. So those are, your bags are on the website, Patchwork Party section of the website. There's no discount on these. So $7 if you're local and you're going to bring yours back. $12 if you are not local and we're going to be shipping it. So if you're not local and you're participating, your pack will contain a return address envelope. So once you make your clam-up bag, all you have to do is put it in that envelope, pop it in your mailbox, and it will come back to us. So you can participate too. So I hope you participate from far away, because that would be really super fun. You can make one bag, you could make 2 bags, you could buy as many packs as you want if you have some more ideas, because the more packs you buy and bring back, the more little clam-up bags you'll end up with. So I thought it'd be just a fun thing. So some of the girls here are going to participate, and so this is ready to go now. And then let me just give you a couple dates here. So inside your little pack will be a sheet that tells you everything that I just told you all over again, and the dates for things. So the dates are, Thursday, May 18th from 10 to 12. We're going to do, and we'll do it live on Facebook as well as in the store. So if you're local, you're going to come in that day, and we'll have treats and snacks and some fun things to do. Maybe I'll do a little demo as well, and then we'll do our bag exchange. And then you want to, that's about all there is to tell you. Any questions on that? Well, by May 18th. If you want it to be part of the viewer's choice, you want to get it in a little bit earlier so that you can, be part of that. So people will vote on your bag and you'll win a gift card. That would be fun. So we'll repeat this. I'll probably do a little Facebook Live on it and send it out, and we'll have some emails going out on it as well. But they are ready to pick up tonight and put in your bag. You can't see what's in there, so you're going to get a mystery fat quarter with a coordinating zipper. And you need the 24-inch zipper, so everyone will have a 24-inch zipper to make your climb-up bag. So all you have to do is add a scrap of soft and stable and have some fun. I hope you join us for this because this could be really fun. All righty. The pattern is not included because so many people already have the pattern. However, the clam-up bag pattern is on the Patchwork Party section of the website, so you'll get 20% off tonight if you need to purchase it. And like I said, you'll get the pattern includes all 5 sizes, but you're going to make the extra large, which is the biggest one and the easiest one to make. We do. They're on, yeah. So we have plenty of patterns for everybody who needs one. But a lot of people have already purchased them because they're just a really fun little bag to make. So that's, oh, sure. I can show you the inside. Super simple on the inside. It's basically your zipper pouch, and I can flip it. Can I flip it inside out? Mine does not have the little binding on it yet, so don't look at that part. I haven't bound my little insides yet, so I just need a little piece of binding here and here to finish all mine off. But it just has a little, side panel here, and it's super simple. Boxed corners on the bottom, and that's all cut out as part of your pattern. And so you'll know exactly what size to box those out as because it's all in the shape of your pattern. You can add the little tabs are part of the pattern, so you can include them or not include them. That is entirely up to you. There's different ideas for doing that in the pattern as well. But fun, easy project to do. If you have any questions about that along the way, let me know, and we'll answer those questions. Okay, so that's that and that. All righty, let's look up here. We'll kind of come back here. We have this cute little embroidered pillow. This is a little cross-stitched pillow, little patriotic cross-stitched pillow. Super fun and easy to do. It is 6 inches by 15, and your kit comes with everything that you need to make this pillow minus the stuffing. So you just have to do your own stuffing. It has the thread, the Aida cloth, the fabrics, the little trim, and the little back on it. Super cute. Love those little kinds of things to do. What's next? We could talk about these fun towels. We have 2 towels that are here. There's one here and one over here. It's a panel from Riley Blake. So there's this towel and this towel. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to do these towels because they're super easy to do, but people get a little frustrated or flustered when it comes to doing those little corners. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. So the panel comes, and you can kind of see on our panel here maybe that there's a little dotted line. Can you see that little blue dotted line underneath is that a no? Going all the way around the panel, each panel piece or each towel is a little dotted line. And there's plenty of room to cut out around that little dotted line. We kind of serge so it's kind of covered up, and I don't think you can see it on there. But it's about 1/4 inch away all the way around each of the towels. And there's a good, like this much around every piece of the panel. You know how you get some panels and you try to trim it so that you have a 1/4 of an inch around your actual panel, and they put them so close you can't do that and you're cutting off part of your panel. Not with these. You've got plenty of space to cut and trim and serge and fold and all that other good stuff around these cute little panels to make towels. So this is the other towel. There's 4 towels to a panel, and this is the other one. I love patriotic stuff. Super cute. So let me tell you how I do these. And people get a little frustrated when it comes to these little corners because they get so big. They get a little thick, and then it sticks in your sewing machine. So let me give you some tips on how to sew that really nice and make it look nice as you come along. So the first thing we did, we took, because we serged around the towel right on the little dotted line that they have, that little dashed line that goes around. So we serged right around that, and then kind of it ends up so that I actually have a 1/4 of an inch and then maybe another little 1/4 of an inch going all the way around. You don't have to serge because I'm going to fold this and fold this again. So serging might be a little bit of overkill, but I like to have that nice straight serged edge to work with as opposed to a kind of a raw edge. You could also use one of the overlock stitches on your sewing machine. You know, a lot of sewing machines have all of those little stitches on. So if you don't have a serger, you could use that. Alrighty, I'm going to move this iron out of the way, pull this iron forward. So I took and like I said, I serged around these edges. Now I take the 2 long edges and I trim those and I fold those over first. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of this serging on here. Okay, and I am going to take, where'd it go? I have it, I know I have it. Here it is. There it goes. I'm going to take my hot ruler. That's all I can say, hot ruler. Some of you have it. If you don't, Patchwork Party section of the website, PP20 gets you 20% off tonight. It's a great little tool. Remember, we used to have those little metal slidey ones. That's the thing, yeah, and it would get hot because the iron would make the metal hot. That was no fun. Plus, you can't really iron on it. This you can iron on top of. Fold your fabric and iron on top of it as you go along. And I was going to bring over some best press and I forgot. Generally, I take and I shoot this, just kind of give this a little spray of best press and even a little steam. I don't have any steam in this iron either, but that's going to be just fine. I can iron, and I'm pressing this back a 1/4 of an inch. So I'm lining, and you can see I'm ironing right over the top of this hot ruler. And that's the beauty of this. I'm holding this, it's not hot at all, and I'm just pressing over. And I'm going to continue to come over and press. There's something sticky on this iron right here. Nice. It wasn't that way this afternoon. Okay. So we're going to be careful because there's a little something sticky on the bottom of my iron. And you know, we have iron cleaner to take care of that. Alrighty. I'm going to come and I'm just pressing this down all the way along a 1/4 of an inch. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do the same thing all over again, and I'm going to fold it down over one more time. All right? Okay. Joe's like, yeah, sure, cool. I was playing with these yesterday. They're a lot of fun. They go together super fast. So they make nice little hostess gifts if you're going someplace for a cookout this summer, for Memorial Day, or 4th of July. So I'm just going to take and fold this over a 1/4 of an inch, all the way down. Now when I sew this from the right side of the project because I want to see that stitching look just really nice and straight on the front. I'm less worried about the back because these are decorative towels. Joe is not allowed to touch these, let alone use them. So he knows that they're just for decoration. And I'm actually going to take and I'm going to increase my stitch length to 3.5 because I want a little bit longer stitch length on that. And I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to move my, I'm going to move my needle over as soon as I do this. Oops, come on. What did I hit? Okay, come on. Go back. There we go. 3.5, and I'm going to move over a little bit. I'm going to move my needle over. I have a 1/4 inch foot on here that has the little guide on the side. So that's going to help me guide and sew nice and straight as I guide my fabric through. And like I said, I'm going to sew from the right side of my fabric. So I'm going to line this up this way. And I've got my foot right down here, and I'm going to stitch this all the way down from the right side. Watching it to keep it nice and straight. Come on, go down. Where's my foot? There it goes. There we go. This is set really fast, so I'm going to turn this down just a smidge. And keep this folded as I go all the way down. Okay, so I would sew this all the way down as I go along and have a nice stitch. And I'm not going to do that because you don't need to see me doing all that sewing, but you can see I have a nice stitch, and at 3.5 it gives you a little bit longer stitch, not quite so tight, and just kind of gives it a nice top stitching. Go all the way down your side, go down both long sides. Now I'm at the point where I'm going to do the top and bottom, and that's where people get a little sticky. Because now we're going to fold this again, and we're going to fold it twice. And you're going to have like a little lump here. And I'm going to show you what you're going to do before you do that. So I take my scissors and I cut, and I'm going to have Joe come in, maybe do it over the dark part. If you can see, I'm going to come and I'm going to cut this at an angle. Can you see that good? Okay. And I'm going to cut this at a little angle. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to give it another little trim right at the corner up to the edge. And that is going to eliminate a whole bunch of that extra thick stuff that we don't need. I'm going to come back with my hot binding tool or my hot ruler and fold at 1/4 inch again. This is toweling fabric. It's a little bit, it's kind of like a home deck fabric. Feels more like a home deck fabric. It does feel like one of your nicer tea towels. So it's not just 100% cotton fabric printed on fabric, printed. It is an actual towel. So I'm going to come back across this again at 1/4 inch. All the way across. And I have eliminated a whole bunch of bulk in that corner. Now, when you're doing this, if it's still a little bit thick for you or for your machine, I'm going to show you what else to do. So now I've got this. I'm going to take, remember this is our stiletto from Bianni. One of the best stilettos that I have, and I have quite a few. It is sanded so that this is a little rough. Your actual stiletto part is rough. This has a really super sharp point on it. It's flattened on two ends so it's easy to hold and won't roll off of your sewing table because they always end up on the floor. And it's nice and long. So I've seen other people using other ones and they're just kind of not the same. I mean, they work okay, but they're not the same. So now when I start, I'm going to start on my end, but a lot of times when you fold this, that little part from behind sticks out, and that doesn't look too nice. So I just take my little stiletto and I poke that in and hang on to it. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put my stiletto onto, so I've poked this in, that extra little stuff that sticks out from behind because you don't want to see that on the front of your towel. And then I'm going to use my stiletto to kind of help get it started. Sometimes I'll start it from the front, but a lot of times I'll put it right on the side and just guide it through under the foot of my machine. And you want to be careful not to, of course, sew over it, but so I get it in there. I've already tucked it in. I'm going to lift up this And then I'm just going to give it a little extra push with my stiletto at the beginning so that it will not get stuck and continue to stitch. Now when I get down to the end, just making sure I've got it all folded, really nice. Again, I'm sewing this from the front so that I can see that I'm sewing nice and straight and getting a nice straight top stitch as I go along. Now I'm going to get back down to this bottom piece again where it's a little bit thicker right here. And we're going to look at that in a half a second. So I'm going to come back, stitch that up, get my fingers in the way. Now I'm going to use my stiletto, tuck in again all of that extra fabric that wants to stick out from the back. And then I just hold my stiletto here, let the machine pull it through, and just kind of push it down as it goes through, and it goes nice and straight through and creates a nice stitch so that you don't get that all those stitches that are really super close and tight there because your machine got stuck, and it makes a really pretty front on your towel. And these two little corners are always the corners that give everybody trouble, and then you end up saying bad words. And this is a nice easy project. We want to just be able to pop these through and make them really nice and pretty. So 4 towels in a kit. Super fun, fast, easy project to do. You know, takes you an hour. Really fun. And they're so cute. Love them. Riley Blake, they're called Liberty, Sweet Land of Liberty. No, that's something else. Oh, Red, White, and True. It's called. Red, White, and True. So, any questions on how to do that? It's a lot of fun. Buy any stilettos? In the Patchwork Party section of our website, PP20 gets you 20% off, as it does when you purchase your Red, White, and True towel set. So,
somebody said love the corner tip.
Yeah, that's always a tricky thing.
Tip.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions when you're doing that, just reach out. I'm happy to help you out with that. Let's look at the next set of bags here. Our next set of bags, and I'm going to grab my thing because I know I'm going to get that wrong. Okay, April 19th. So this is the Take a Stand bag. These are the next bags that we're going to do in class. This was one of the ones that the ladies picked out and said that they really wanted to make and really wanted a class on. So this is the Bianni Take a Stand. Really fun bag to do. 2 sizes in the pattern. You can make either size in class. It doesn't matter. They're both, you put them together exactly the same. One is bigger and one is smaller. So the Take a Stand class is April 19th from 10 to 4. So we're going to be working on this all day long. The thing that you're going to want to do before you come to class is quilt your fabric. But more information will go out to you on that when you sign up for the class. So it has a nice big zipper open. It opens up big, has some really nice mesh pockets in with the fold over elastic, so you'll learn how to do that. Yeah, it's a really pretty bag. You'll learn how to do binding. Another big outside pocket here. Great handle that detaches. On the outside, another pocket in the back. So lots of great pockets to bring projects to class or just to use as a purse as you're going along. So same with this one. Pockets on the outside with this cute little detail. And then on the back has just a plain pocket. Really fun to make. Lots of pockets. And then your mesh pockets on the inside of this one as well. And then the Take a Stand is accompanied or can be accompanied by the next bag that we probably will do. I don't have on the schedule yet. It is called Running with Scissors. And this is a great bag. And it's a great class because you learn how to do a lot of things. So the Take a Stand is made to hold your Running with Scissors bag so that you can put your project items in or supplies in to bring to class. You've got this flips open at class, and you've got all of your accessories and tools right at your disposal when you come to class. People were asking if it fits on the tall one or the small one. The answer is yes. It fits on both. So whichever one you decide you want to make, this will work with. This would probably fit inside of the big take-a-stand. It will not fit inside of the small take-a-stand. So let's take a look at this one and all the pockets and things that are in here. So this is a great project to learn how to do a lot of things. So you have vinyl, so you're going to learn how to bind your vinyl. You've got inside, lots and lots of inside pockets for all kinds of things. Fold over elastic for tools here. Zipper pockets here. More mesh pockets. So this is a zipper pocket for a mesh pocket. More vinyl pockets here, little pockets there, little pockets everywhere. On the outside, there's two big pockets. It has that same cute detail that the take-a-stand does. Oops, if I have the take-a-stand sit in the right direction. For the take-a-stand bag as well, same kind of pocket on the outside. So once you learn how to do it on here, you can do it on here. So a lot of fun. I like the little handle that's on it. Cute zipper. Comes all the way around. Easy to carry all your fun stuff to class. So that's the running with scissors. Both of these patterns are in the Patchwork Party section of your website. PP20 gets you 20% off. So love the fabric that we made these out of, just really super happy, springy fabric. And we'll be getting a class on the schedule for the running with scissors, because once people make the take-a-stand, they want to do the running with scissors next, because that you'll be ready for it. It'll be a lot of fun. So
Somebody wants to know if you're going to offer kits for the class bag.
yeah, we can offer kits for the class bags. If you want them to look like this, you can make them look like this. Or something else. We can add some. It takes like 3 different fabrics. So it takes your outside fabric, a lining fabric, and then a trim, or the coordinating trim fabrics. So sure, we can put some kits together. We'd be happy to do that. Or we can cut kits for you. We can cut kits for you when you come in. So really cute. Okay, so that's that. Oh, we'll just keep working our way right up to the front. This fabric is called Sweet Land of Liberty, or it's actually called Sweet Liberty. It is by Brenda Riddle for Moda. Kind of a really pretty shabby chic. You can look at these and these. This is all Sweet Liberty. Very pretty flowers. This would make some pretty bags as well. Some really pretty clam bags. If you, we should, well, I think some of those little white bags have some of this fabric in with coordinating zippers, because I think I did one. This is a project that we made out of it. We're going to get it quilted, and we're working on kits. I think it goes this way. So it needs to be quilted yet, but just a really pretty, soft, shabby chic. I think I'm holding it the wrong way, but that's okay. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a very pretty fabric. It kind of reminds me of something my grandma would have. So I kind of like it. Very pretty fabric. Very fun project to make. So that's that. I'm going to come back over here. This is called the Illusions Runner. It's 21 by 53. If you are part of our So What Club and you're doing the Catapult Block of the Month, you will recognize this little corner block as the cat's cradle block that we've been doing in class. So the corners of each one of these is a cat's cradle block. Then you have some flying geese here, here, and here to finish off the block. This particular runner uses the extra large cat's cradle runner. Uses the extra large cat's cradle tool, I should say. So a lot of you have picked this up already. I know you picked it up because you were having so much fun with the regular cat's cradle. This is the XL cat's cradle tool, and that's what we use to make the corners of these. We do have kits already made up, and if you just wanted the patterns are just available as well. So really, really pretty fun project for the summer, and you get to keep practicing and keep using that cat's cradle tool, and it makes perfect blocks every single time.
And that one was the
Illusionary runner. Illusionary runner. It, in the Patchwork Party section of your website, as well. On sale, both of these. The ruler as well as. Oh, what's the name of this one? We're just working on the kits for these today. So they will be up and on tomorrow because they're not quite done. But you'll see it again. We'll show it to you again. I can't remember the exact name of it. We're calling it the Sweet Liberty Quilt. Something stars. Because it's got lots of stars. Yeah. So we'll find out what that is for you. Walking back here, we have the the Grove Pink Lemonade Runner. This is really fun. It's a pre-boxed little table runner kit. And it looks like it's a lot harder than it is. Because let me tell you that this square in here, it's a panel. It's a cheater panel. So you're not doing all these curves. You're not applicating all this stuff on. This whole square, each square in the center of each of these blocks is a panel piece. So all you have to do is add your triangle corners and just do your square in a square block, add some borders, and you are done. Yeah, it's very pretty. It'll be very happy on your table with a big bowl of lemonade for the summer, maybe a little. And so everything that you need comes into the panel. And what? I was going to say a little lemonade with maybe a little vodka or something, a little something in there in your punch bowl. However you like it. So a little strawberry lemonade would be good too. So Pink Lemonade Table Runner, the box kit, is in the Patchwork Party section of the website. I feel like, yeah, check, because I put that on there and then all of a sudden my computer died and then some stuff got lost. So I'm pretty sure I put that on there, but it might have gotten lost after the first time. So we also have this garden gate run quilt, and the pattern for this is out of Did You Say Cake? So it's a layer cake pattern. A lot of you have this book already, but this book is on our book on sale this month, and it makes that really, really fun and pretty quilt. And that's uses the fabric that is called, and I knew I was going to forget it, Country Rose, it's called. Country Rose fabric, and this fabric is on the website, in the Patchwork Party section of the website, as well as the book and the quilt. So really, really pretty fabrics. And the quilt. So, yeah, so it takes a layer cake and some other fun pieces. So, great project to use up one of those layer cakes that you have. Yes, indeed. As I'm coming around, what am I forgetting? Okay, so we're going to come back. I'm going to come back up front, and maybe you can just going to grab that little oval tabletop placemat. Okay, this little placemat. I'm going to get that out of the way. Cute little quilt as you go log cabin placemat. Really fun. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. So if you have some 2.5-inch strips, some 2-inch strips, you can make this at home with just a little bit of fun. All right, I'm going to grab these. So let me show you how this works. Really fun and easy. The pattern, you will want the pattern because it tells you how much of everything you need, because it gives you instructions to make 2 or 4 placemats, because each pack comes in a pack. The pre-cut oval placemats come in a pack of 4. So the pattern is written for either 2 or 4, and it tells you how much fabric you need to make either 2 placemats or 4 placemats, depending on your scraps and what you want to do. The pattern is a little cut loose press pattern called the log cabin placemat. Here you go, and it gives you all of the instructions on how to make the placemat. But let me go over it a little bit and show you how to do the placemat, because last time when I said, oh, you're going to do a quilt as you go and you're going to stitch and flip and use the stitch and flip method to make your placemats or whatever it is we were talking about at the time, people were questioning how to do the stitch and flip. And we're also going to talk about the binding on this project as well. So we're going to start out with your placemat template or piece right here. This is the Bosal Timtex, and this particular piece is fusible on both sides. So there's sticky, rough, sticky stuff on both sides. So you want to be careful of that. When you know what, I could probably use this little iron, and it doesn't have sticky stuff on it. I'm going to set this down here. That iron has got sticky stuff on it. All right, so I'm going to use a pressing sheet on my ironing board before I get started here. So this is like one of those Silpat types. There's several types in the Patchwork Party section of the website. The other ones are like the Teflon pressing sheets. You want something to protect your ironing table before you get started. So you're going to want to put one of those substrates down on top of your ironing board or your wool mat before you get started. Because the first thing you're going to do is take your backing fabric, or the bottom, the back side of your placemat, and you're going to adhere it to the back of the placemat, Timtex placemat. So you're going to do that. And I don't take a lot of time to put this on because as I go along, I am going to be pressing this more and more. This project is a great project to use your little iron for, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to start with that. And I just kind of press it on. Make sure I get it on there nice and flat, and just kind of a little bit here and there going around. And it doesn't take much to get it to stick. Once I've done that, I then trim around the placemat. Let me get it off of here. Trim around the placemat. You can do that with the scissors. I do it with my rotary cutter. If you don't feel secure enough to do this with the rotary cutter, then use the scissors. It's a lot faster to do it with my rotary cutter, but a lot of people don't feel that they can manage that cutter that easily. But I do want to give you a couple tips on how to do this. So when I'm holding my cutter to cut my backing fabric around this Timtex, I don't hold it up straight. I don't lean toward the placemat. I kind of lean it away from the placemat. And I'm kind of overemphasizing that now, but I'm leaning this away from the placemat. If I hold it straight up or kind of lean toward the placemat, you're more likely to trim off a little section of that placemat as you go around. If you do that, your life will not come to an end. You can just keep going. You'll be okay. So I just go around it, and I am actually just a little bit away from that actual placemat as I go around. And it trims really fast and easy. I usually go a little bit faster, but we're on video, so I want to show you so you can see how that blade is pointed away from the actual placemat as I went around. So it's really easy to trim right around that. And this, you don't need. That's your scrap. All righty, so I've got this done. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my ruler, which I now do not have. Great. Great, 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 great. I knew I'd forget something. Oh, we can use this little one. We'll punt. Yeah, we're going to punt. How about that? And my, where'd it go? Yep, I always lose some. This is just like at home, isn't it? Oh, here it is. Ta-da! My Frixion pen. So what you're going to do is dissect your placemat, and you're just going to cut it in half. So I know that this is, I forgot how big this is now. Huh? It is on the mat. I can use the mat. Joe's so smart. Okay, 16 by 12. Yep, 16 by 12. Okay, so I'm going to measure up 6 inches, put a little tick mark. I'm going to come over 8 inches, put a little tick mark, and I'm going to draw a line. So I'm going to draw a line all the way through. This is a lot easier to do if you have one great big long ruler, let me tell you. But hey, check it out. This hot ruler works for this as well. And now I'm going to draw a line through the center of my mat here. Oops, lining up with my little mark. Okay? Ta-da! And over this way. And you can see there's so much, this is really rough, so it really holds this little ruler and keeps it from moving. All right, so I have my little piece cut. Now I'm going to put the square in the center. So we're going to start with that little square in the center. And I'm going to measure that and cut a little square. I believe it's 2 inches, so we're going to cut 2 inches. You can do this so far, right? Super simple. I'm going to use this for the, yeah, this is the one I'm using. Okay, and 2 inches for the ruler. This ruler is 2.5, so we're coming over this way and going 2.5. This is not an exact science. This does not have to be perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to get my strip over here. Here we go. Okay. I have my little square cut. That's going to be my center. I'm going to lay it kind of like a diamond in the middle so that the points line up with the little lines that I just drew. Then I'm just going to take it and kind of tack it down with my iron, being careful not to put my iron down on top of this, because this is all sticky stuff, so I don't want to end up with that on my iron. I use my little iron and I just kind of tack it in place. Alrighty? So I'm just holding it in place so that I can start adding my pieces. So as I go along, I'm actually quilting as I go. So whatever I stitch, you're going to see below. So you want to think about what color thread you want in your bobbin, because this thread is going to show up on here. And I have white and I'm okay with that. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to start with my first color, which I don't remember how I was going to do this, but this is how we're going to do it. Not this, blue. We're going to start with blue over here. And I start and I just cut off the edge, my selvage off of this edge. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to lay both of my fabrics right sides together. I'm going to start in the low, this kind of backwards for you, but it's the lower right hand corner. And then I'm going to add my pieces going clockwise around my mat. All right, I'm going to lay this down and then I'm going to fold it back. And I kind of give it a little kind of finger press right where it lines up with the fabric below. Then I take my scissors, which is right here, ta-da, and I'm going to trim just like that. So now I have two pieces right on top of one another, right sides together, and I'm going to stitch that first lower right-hand corner at 1/4 inch. And I've got too much stuff here. That is okay. Thank you. There we go. Okay, 1/4 inch. All I'm going to do is stitch. Ta-da! Got your first piece sewn on. And flip. So that's where we get the stitch and flip. So you're going to do stitch and flip, and then give it a little press. And I'm using my little iron, and just give it a little press so it sits in place. Isn't that cute iron? I think we have these. You know what? I didn't put them on the Patchwork Party section of our website, but we certainly can. So now I'm going to lay the same color again, because I'm going to do 2 of each color going around. So I'm going to lay this right sides together. I'm going to slide my fabric, kind of roll it back until it lines up with my fabric on the edge there. Trim that off. Kind of backwards, and I have my hand right in the way so you can see that. Whoops, missed it. So this piece is now exactly the same size as the 2 pieces that are underneath. And again, I'm going to slide it in, stitch, okay, and what? Flip. I'm going to give that a little press. Press it out nice. I'm mostly concerned about pressing down my little seam. So I have a nice flat seam to line up my next edge to. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to do, actually I'm going to do a white piece on here. That's what I decided. I had them all lined up exactly the way I was going to do it. I'm just going to trim off my selvage. What are we going to do? We're going to lay it right sides together. Slide it back. I'm working clockwise. So I put this one on first, then this one. Now I'm coming over here to do this one in case you get lost. There we go. So I'm going to lay it again so it covers these 2 pieces that I sewed. Slide it back. Trim it. Ow! Stitch it. Stitch it. You can pin it if you want to. Don't really have to. It's going to stay right there. Stitch it. Now at this point, sometimes people get a little confused as to where they were, where they've been, where they go, and how they get in there. Because you're going around in a circle. Because you're kind of going around in a circle, and sometimes people get lost. I don't know. We get lost going in a circle sometimes, don't we? And the bigger this is, the easier it becomes to press. So now at this point, if I get lost and I'm not sure where I'm going, how I'm getting there, the easiest way to remember where you're going next is that you're going to lay your piece of fabric over 2 seams. So on this side, I have a seam here and a seam here. On this side, 1 seam. This side, 1 seam. This side, no seam. So I'm not going to put it on any one of those 2. I'm going to put it across the one that has 2 seams. So that's the next side that I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do, right sides together, slide it back, trim it off, stitch it down. You can do this, right? This is a great project for beginners. It's a great project for the granddaughters and the daughters who want to make something, and they can go through your stash and pull fabrics that they like. I chose 3 fabrics on this. On this, I chose 3 fabrics for each side. So 6 altogether, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on my backing and then my binding. And then I started to repeat as I went out. So you could have all your strips different colors. You could have 2 strips. You could do it any way you want. It's a log cabin, so it's really fun to do. So now on this next one, again, if you get confused, the next line that I'm going to go over, I'm going to cover 2 seams. This one has 1 seam here, 1 seam here, no seam here. I'm going to cover the one with 2 seams. So I'm going to come back over and do this side.
That makes sense.
Does it? Yeah, Joe says it makes sense. And he doesn't even sew. So I'm going to trim this up, and I'm going to repeat. Lay this down, fold it back, trim it off, stitch it down all the way as I move out. So as I move out on this one, I'm not going to keep doing that. You get it, right? Are there any questions on that? Does that make sense? I mean, just repeat, 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 Repeat. The what? Okay, so now I'm kind of out to the ends, and I have these little guys left to do. Your last ones don't overlap anybody, so they're just these little pieces that end up out over here. And so you can kind of just do those each separate because they don't overlap anybody. And now you can see, as I come along here, I'm going to do my final press on this, that as I go along, some of these are sticking out over the edge of my placemat. And that's okay. I just let it stick out, trim it off, move along, just as long as it's past the placemat that I trim it off. Make sense? You got to make sure your placemat is covered with fabric when you trim. So here again, now I have the whole thing covered. I went clockwise, kept going, adding my strips as I went along, pressing and flipping as I sewed. Now I'm going to trim this off just like I did when I cut the front. You can do it with a scissors, you can do it with your rotary cutter. Same deal. I take my rotary cutter and trim all the way around this. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with a rotary cutter doing this, how many of you feel comfortable doing that? Or would you use the scissors? Gotta have to have a steady hand and a sharp blade. And you're going to trim off all the extra going around. Now I know what you're thinking at this point. Now you're thinking you've got to put the binding on and you love this project, but oh my gosh, it has curves. So now I have to make a bias binding. Lordy, 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 don't want to make a bias binding. You don't have to. I use, because this has such a large curve, you don't have to do a bias binding. I know. It's radical, isn't it? You can if you want to. If that puts you in your happy place, you certainly can. I did a straight binding on this, and I'll show you why it's so great when you do this. It takes more than one strip to go around. It takes probably a strip and a quarter, a strip and a third, a little bit more than a strip. We're almost done. And so here I've sewn it on, and I've sewn this on from the back because on this particular one, I'm going to sew it on the right side of my placemat with my machine. And what all you have to do now is this just loves this curve. Look at how it's curving right around this and hugging that curve as you go around. Why? Because it's not at a bias. Why? And as you sewed this on, you didn't, you know, if you have a bias binding, it kind of stretches and then sometimes it pulls and you end up with a bowl instead of a nice flat placemat, and that doesn't put you in your happy place. And so by just having it using the straight of grain and doing this, it automatically hugs and pulls itself around. Now you could do it from the back. On this one we did it from the front, pulled it to the back exactly the same way and hand stitched it down. You're welcome to do that. I'm going to come along and just top stitch close to this edge. And the other thing I was going to show you, and of course I forgot about that, is that I now use to make this perfect, the Biani basting tape. So I take my Biani basting tape. If you were at the trunk show, you saw that. It's a double, very, very narrow. Put that on our Patchwork Party section of our website because it's not on there. It will be in a half a second. Very narrow, 1/8 of an inch, double-sided tape, works great. I would put that all the way around and then tape this down exactly in place all the way around my placemat. It sticks. It's awesome when it sticks awesome. It'll stay there. It's on our Patchwork Party section of our website. If you've never used it, you're going to want to use it. And if you look at these bindings on this, I'm so proud of these. I have to show these. So here's all my little bindings on here. I took, and these aren't curves, these are straight, but we're going around quilted fabric. We're going around vinyl. We're going around mesh. And if you look at this, you can see how nice these bindings look and the stitching looks on these, because I taped these down with the basting tape, and it holds it in place. Because you know, if you use a binder clip, as soon as you take that binder clip off, it moves. You can't pin through it. You certainly can't pin through vinyl. It's hard to pin through this double stuff. It's hard to pin through that Timtex, that hard Timtex. Even if you put a binder clip on again, it will move as soon as you take that binder clip off. The basting tape holds it, keeps it in place. It's an awesome thing. Totally awesome. We used it when we put our zippers on our clam bags, and people just loved it, because you're putting a zipper on that curve, and they will never put you, once you do it, you will never put a zipper in another way. Once you use it on here, you will never want to be without it. It's just one of those things that the more you use it, the more ways you find to use it. So another great tip to make those perfect, and get that all nicely lined up before you stitch. So that's my little demo tonight on those placemats. Any questions on that? It's a fun, great scrap buster. The pattern and the Timtex placemats are on the Patchwork party of the section of our website. What? 20% off tonight if you use the code PP20. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to share us. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Next Monday, I'm not sure what the date is, the 10th, oh, it's 17th? Is that what it is? April 17th is our So What Club. You don't want to miss that. We meet here every third Monday of the month from 10 until 12 for lots of ideas, and we're working on our block of the month, and we're having so much fun, and we're just happy to be together again and doing that. Anything I forgot? Anything you have questions on? Anything? Oh, one more last thing. Wait, don't go. A lot of people signed up for the beginning applique class. Remember that from last month? It filled up quickly, and more people wanted to sign up. And where's my note? Right here. I got it. We added another beginning applique class May 17th from 10 until 1. So that is on the calendar, so you can go in and sign up for that tonight if you were interested in doing beginning applique, and we'll be working on these projects for that. So thank you for signing up for that. People really are excited about doing that, and we're so happy that you joined us tonight. I hope you had a great Easter, and spring is here. Spring is here, so don't spend all day out in your gardens. You still have projects that you need to work on. You still have a stash that you need to sew through. So until next time, thanks for joining us, and have a great day. Bye.